Thanks for staying with us. Before we move on to other topics, it's important that we speak with the Olowo of Owo, His Royal Majesty Oba Ajibade Ogunoye III. Welcome to the show, sir.
Morning.
Thank you for joining us. So, all over social media, the reports we got yesterday were that the terrorists who attacked the church in Owo last week had been apprehended, and the youths within your community came to the palace demanding the release to them. First, I'd like you to confirm the reports. Have they indeed apprehended the men or the terrorists who attacked the church in Owo last weekend?
Well, the information I have is that yesterday I was told that the youths were coming into the palace, and somebody equally informed me that some people were arrested in the bush, in our forest reserve, by the security agencies. As a result of that, I think the youth equally heard about it, and they were trooping into the palace. So my people tried in their efforts to engage them so that they won't be unruly. But I was later informed that maybe there was the need for me to talk to our people. So I had to go out and I informed them that I was equally that they should take it easy. That the information I heard was that they've been taken to Akure maybe for further interrogation. But you know, just being what they are, they were demanding for those arrested to be brought to the palace, that they wanted to see them. So I was able, you know, to talk to them, to manage them, to advise them that they should take it easy, that they may still be brought back to Owo. They will still be brought back to Owo. I mean, the suspects that were arrested, that they should allow the security agencies to do their work. Largely, you know, I spoke in our dialect. What I said was that as the people heard, that so was I equally informed that suspects had been arrested. You know, the people were so agitated. They said we wanted to see them. So as a result of that, I was able to manage the situation, and thereafter, after the engagement, they all dispersed and left the palace. Okay. In summary, some people were arrested according to information, but I think I later informed one of the security officials later informed me that confirmed that people were arrested, but they can't really be sure whether they were the one responsible for the heinous attack. Yeah. It now behoves on the security agencies to go in their further investigation, either to confirm that those whom they were arrested were the one responsible or not.
All right.
Okay, Kabiyesi, I just, even before you said it, the question I wanted to ask is, just in response directly to what is going around on social media and to manage the news to make sure that false stories are not peddled, if you could answer this, did they come back to the scene of the attack? Because that's one of the stories going around, that these attackers came back to the scene of the massacre, and that was where they were found. Could you confirm if that is true or false?
That's not true. That's not true. Those people that were arrested in our forest reserves. Mm-hmm. I'd informed the public that we have various cells by foreigners that have established cells in our forest reserves, in which they've been engaging our people, the farmers, which have led to deaths and maiming of some people. So maybe possibly the investigation will reveal the actual maybe those who were arrested, whether they were the one responsible for the attack at the Catholic Church or not, or whether there's respect or other crime in any way.
Okay, Kabiesi, the government this morning said in the papers that they found imprints of ISWAP at the scene of the incident. And I don't know the sort of conversations they are having. Are they having conversations with you and the locals on what next to do yet?
Nothing yet. Maybe the government, maybe based on their investigation, that was why they came to that conclusion. If we are to relate what happened at the Catholic Church in Owo with what had been happening, especially in the north, they are somehow related in terms of the ways of attack, the victims, the prints that one could easily see. You know, those who invaded the Catholic Church now came there purposely to kill people. You know, to kill people and nothing more. Nobody was kidnapped and nothing more. So somehow, I wouldn't say government is wrong. Maybe as a result of the investigation or whatever. Maybe at times comes by, then we'll be able to make genuine and appropriate conclusions.
All right, okay.
Okay, sir, I wanted to ask you about the lies that are spreading online. What do you think can be done to curtail the spread of lies? You have the huge responsibility of being the custodian of culture within your community, which has been attacked, but we're seeing forwarded messages on WhatsApp. How are you ensuring that there's enough information within your community to avoid people listening to forwarded lies and then aggravating or inciting the people of Owo and ensuring there's calm within Owo?
Well, you know, this is the age of social media, ICT, where anybody can just say anything or forward anything to the world for viewing or for hearing. The fact remains that it behoves on the individual concerned, either as a traditional ruler, as government official, as governor, or the president, or the officials, to always engage people appropriately, intermittently, so that people get informed. You know, when people are not informed appropriately or through appropriate channels, like formal communication outlets, like the TVC, people will begin to make conjectures and conclusions. So to avoid that, it behoves on everybody, those who have genuine information, to come out. That was the more reason why I had to go out to meet my people. And finally, use yesterday evening to talk to them and to manage the situation so that there won't be any untoward occurrence thereafter. So I think it behoves on everybody now to do whatever in information management when it's appropriate.
You had quite a bit of youths that came out to the palace. I mean, when I saw the numbers, it was quite. I was a bit dumbfounded to see the fact that this amount of people were really angry. So young people are irritated. Obviously, they are angry. They want justice. They want to see that indeed, if these perpetrators are the ones who attacked the church, they want to see justice. And how do you therefore guarantee, if indeed they are the people, what can we do now that they've been taken to Akure? How do you monitor the process and ensure that justice is served as the Oba of that community?
Well, what happened yesterday can't be taken in isolation. You know, over time, Nigeria as a nation have been experiencing various attacks, and maybe government has been unable to identify or to bring out perpetrators and prosecute them accordingly. You know, the people have the trust of the people in relation to government is somehow, I believe, it's not really well set out. In a situation where people begin to doubt government and government's positions, that's been honestly go well for a particular nation. So it behoves government to now begin to be serious with issues like this. The issue of security, I believe, is germane. It's germane to our existence. It's germane to orderliness. That is the more reason why the crafters of our constitution have identified security as the primary purpose of government, as enshrined in our constitution. That the protection of lives and property is key. If government is able to achieve that alone, then Nigerians will be ready to live life, to have means of sustenance by themselves. Nigerians are so hardworking. They're hardworking and they are ready to live.
All right, sir.
So if there is peace, there will be other developments thereafter.
Thank you so much, Kabiyesi. Thank you very much for joining us. Wanted to get an update directly from you because the pictures going around social media was quite confusing. But thank you for joining us this morning.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.